Today's adventure brings us to Mayberry, North Carolina, otherwise known as Mount Airy. Now there used to be a lot of antique shops over here, but I think they have mostly gone away. There seems to only be about 3 of them out of about 48 shops. Oh, I see an old-fashioned Coke sign on the side of that building. What? A very poorly designed Hutchison Coke bottle. The top doesn't look right at all. Okay, Mayberry Antique Mall. So obviously, we'll have to check it out. Hey Andy, how's it going? Well, we're here a little bit early. Antique shops don't open until 10 o'clock. It's only 9:50. So I guess we'll have to wait around for a few more minutes. Now this is a nice front window display. I wish I had a store with a window display this long. Mount Airy has a Coke hutch? Wow, I didn't know that. Facetious alert. Yeah, just gotta love these classic Coke signs, but there's just something about that Coke hutch that doesn't look right. Especially the fact that it says Mount Airy. There is no Coke hutch from Mount Airy. Check me if I'm wrong. Put it on hold if you want to read that. It would be nice to have a bunch of shelving like this in my shop. I got a lot of room for improvement in my location. That's why my store's called Country Boy, because it's so primitive. That's in Selma, North Carolina. Unfortunately, this town has way too many modern replica antiques. But I guess it's hard to find real antiques. What do I see here? HCL soda that I've never seen before in 36 years. There's at least 30,000 different kinds of painted label soda bottles. So there's always something you've never seen before. It's from Radford, Virginia. Yeah, no wonder I've never seen it. It has a lip chip, but it's only $3. That's crazy cheap. I think I'll buy that. What? Beanie Babies for $1.65? Wow, I've been overpricing mine. I got mine at $4.50. I'll have to lower the prices. Interesting. The middle guy, Pierce Brosnan, actually came into my antique shop in Lordsburg, New Mexico for the filming of a very unknown movie of his, Seva Plain Falls. Yeah, that's a weird name. The thing about filming in antique shops is they're always playing music in the background, so I can't get monetized, but it's okay. I have less than 1,000 subscribers anyway. It's a nice blob top, but it's from Pennsylvania. But still, very tempting to buy that one. I got plenty of these. Well, there's one I've never seen. This company was in business exactly 100 years, 1873 to 1973. Sloan's Liniment and a giant aqua? Wow, I don't think I've ever seen one like that. There's a couple nice ones. More modern signs. Well, they do look nice anyway. I found it interesting that they play rock and roll music in antique shops because antiques are mostly for people in their 60s and 70s. So why do they play all this music for people in their 20s and 30s? Anyway, another shop selling Playboys. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because I happen to have hundreds for sale in my shop as well. I'm just surprised I've never seen other shops selling so many, but this year there's plenty of them. Well, let's have a look at some of these. What? It says, oh, what? That's from the year 2000. '50s and '60s, yeah, that's what I like. Just because of the vintageness of it all. The ones from the '50s are so hard to find anymore. I've been collecting these for 40 years now. And even then, it was nearly impossible to get one from the '50s. Interesting. A Master Ink in an interesting shade of aqua. These are almost always clear, sometimes cobalt blue, but I have never seen one in this color before. $12. Very tempting. I might have to buy that one. A Carter's Aqua ink like that? I just can't believe I've never seen one before. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and get that one. Interesting to see a giant 32-ounce wine flask with an original label on it. Interesting. I can't wait to see what price they put on this, because I find these fairly often. Let's see. Can't even read that. Is it 13 or 16? I don't know. But I sell them for $5 in my shop. Oh my gosh, that's so obviously a reproduced one. I've never seen anything like it. The top is just... The shape of the shoulders connecting to the top is totally wrong. At least it has an interesting whittle design. But it's so obviously fake. But still, a pretty decorative piece. Okay, we're in another shop now and I see this. I've never seen one in the quart size. I'm thinking I have to buy this because it's only $8. Okay, we're in Wytheville, Virginia today. Let's check it out. Well, that's one you don't see very often. Okay, we got to a bottle booth here. Plenty to look at. Okay, here's one I've never seen. Kind of interesting, but not quite good enough. $6. Here's one I've never seen in this variation before. Here's another one I've never seen. Crazy. Here's another one I've never seen. There must be 32,000 different kinds of painted label sodas out there. There was an estimated 30,000 30 years ago. So at least a couple thousand more have been found since then. And here's a Worley's from Selma, North Carolina, all the way here in Wytheville, Virginia. Nice display of chalkware. $20 for these kind. I have to raise my prices from $12.50. An Avon bottle booth. Now that's unexpected. The Beanie Babies of the 70s. Yeah, what I consider a forced collectible. Something that people were told was going to become valuable in the future, only to not become valuable. Well, we got a bunch of stoneware jugs here for a starting price of $38. I might have to raise my prices as well because I sell these for about $25. What a terrible replica. Fake bullet holes. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see my next week's adventure. You never know what I'm going to find.